Hey guys, I know I'm really late to this testing grounds, but I've seen no one talk about it, and I think this PK testing grounds needs to be talked about, because I think there are some real issues with it that need to be addressed before these feats get pushed alive. So I'm gonna go over each feat and talk about what I think about it. Starting with the tier 1. I don't like this tier 1, I'm gonna be honest. It's a 15 damage projectile with a 30-second cooldown. This makes it a bleed kunai. Now kunai is an extremely annoying tier 2 due to its incredibly quick recharge. And, well, this is just kunai in tier 1. On top of this, I also draw issue with the feat it replaces. It replacing Bounty Hunter really hurts PK's viability as it removes effectively all of her survivability long term in teamfights. I think this feat would be much better if it must stay replacing Conqueror. Because, let's be frank, Peacekeeper's role in Dominion is not really being helped by Conqueror. Bounty Hunter, especially given her more frail nature, as a 120 health assassin with not the best defense in the world, she kind of needs the Bounty Hunter to help keep her alive in teamfights or when stalling. Next, the tier 2. It's cool. I don't really have too much problem with this, except for the fact that it replaces Fiat Lux. I would rather it replaces Thick Skin, because those two feats basically do the same thing, except one is more offensive in nature. It's easier to get it, because PK's whole thing is bleed. You can put Sharpen Blade on someone, and then you have this accessible on an external. And PK actually has very good hitboxes, making this easier than the Redditors will have you thinking. I think it's also better due to the fact that you don't need to get hit for the damage reduction to activate, meaning it'll be potentially much easier for you to survive longer as you're not trading damage for damage reduction. And moving on to the tier 3. It's controversial, this one. Again, I don't like that it's replacing Crossbow. I think it could much more easily replace Pugno Mortis, because I think that bombs don't really fit PK's identity. I think the bleed synergizes with her kit much more, which is what I think the goal of a feat rework should be. Feats should synergize with the kit, not go against it. But the feat itself, I don't think it's working as intended, as there are many interactions that this gives beyond just deflecting an external attack. But I'm willing to give them the pass, because this is just testing grounds. But all I'm gonna say is that bash undodgeable light mix-ups, such as those of TND and Griffin, now find themselves being negated because PK can dodge on one timing and always get some form of punish. I think this interaction needs to be looked into, and if I can find any clips to show, I will. See here, Peacekeeper one timing Griffin's chain mix-up. And here you can see PK one timing Sohei's chain mix-up, including miss-dodging an undodgeable and still being rewarded with a deflect. And finally, PK's tier 4. This is where I start to get a little bit angry, because what the fuck is this? What the actual fuck is this? Passive 20% damage boost? The whole team? In a 6-meter radius of what the fuck is this? PK's damage is not low, it's very high. She doesn't need a passive 20% damage boost at all times. And on top of that, it's not only boosting her, it's boosting her teammates as well. As long as she's alive, the whole team near her gets 20% damage boost. The cost of no extra revenge. Fear itself is a much healthier feat than this because at least it's temporary, despite the fact that it's twice as strong. No, this feat should not go through. That concludes my thoughts on the PK feat testing grounds. If you can, please spread the word of this video. I'd like that Ubisoft hears feedback on this before they push this to live. Thank you very much, and have a good day.